And one thing you want to make sure when you put the clutch fork in, that you get the two springs over the ball on the back side of it. It can be a little bit difficult at times, so you might have to work in there with your fingers to make sure, or check, like I am, checking with the mirror to make sure that they are indeed behind that ball, so that your fork will stay in place. Okay, right now I'm just getting everything kind of lined up. Make sure that the transmission's, it's a little bit negative of level. Engine, I'll be able to tilt a little bit one way or the other to get in once it gets down. I do have the motor mounts off, and that's so I have more clearance to mate the engine to the transmission. I haven't had a problem in the past. And then once that's done and I get a couple bolts started here, then I can lift the engine up from underneath. I can raise the car back up, lift the engine up with the jack from underneath, scissor jack, put the motor mounts in and get it in its resting place. Try to get a little bit. I know the heater hoses are kind of in the way, but I'm pretty much mated right now. I just have to get a few bolts in. And that'll just hold it. So I know this is going to be a ground. If I can get one started, I'm good. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Bingo. I know the splines are in because if they weren't, I wouldn't be this far. So I've got the transmission and engine mated. Clutch is in. There we go. So there we have it. The rest of it's just getting everything tightened up, pulled together, and then I'll get underneath and put the motor mounts in. Okay, here we are under the car. Got the engine, as you can see, kind of jacked up with a scissor jack. Got the motor mounts installed, both sides. Bell housing's tight, it's snug. And now all we got to do is let the engine down. But there we go. That's getting it in from the top with the transmission still in place. All right, the engine is nestled in the chassis. Oh. It's bolted up, tightened up, and now it's just a matter of routing the rest of my accessory wires, connecting those, and again, those will be back here. I will change the fuel line routing from coming straight up. I'm going to put an extra little bend in and make them come back this way a little bit more, keep them away from the heat this way, and follow the 3/4 inch tube there. And just continue on.